From the beginning of when we started our YouTube journey around 2.5 years ago, you guys' biggest question has been, are you and Austin together? What is going on? Are you guys more than friends? Because let's be real, there was always something there, and you guys knew it, even when we didn't know it ourselves. So over the past month, me and my best friend Austin have been going back in time to show you guys what the camera has not gotten to see about our relationship the last 2.5 years. In my first vlog, I really opened up to you guys about why me and Austin have been keeping this side of our relationship and our friendship kind of private. And then our second vlog, we got really weird and honest and talked about what our feelings for each other really began and how uncomfortable that was. You know, not only was he my brother's best friend, but I'd also known him my entire life, and we weren't even friends for a long time. And then we had one of my favorite vlogs so far, our first date. This was such a special vlog because not only did I get to go relive and reenact one of the most special days of me and Austin's relationship, but I got to share it with all of you guys that have been so invested and supportive this entire journey. One of our good friends, Ton, shot it for us. It was absolutely incredible, such beautiful work. And a lot of you guys have been commenting about the song Slow Down that played while we were in the Ferris wheel. And that song is actually one of my brother Noah's unreleased songs that he has never put out. So after begging him and being the annoying little sister that I am, he told me I could use it for my vlog. And then we have last week's vlog, which is the most awkward out of all of the vlogs. I still can't even believe I posted it. Our first kiss story. All of those moments and sharing all of those memories with you guys has been leading up to this moment right here. Austin asking me to be his girlfriend. I'm still not over it. By the way, my name's Ali Shinaki. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop a comment of where you're from. I would genuinely love to get to know you and be your friend. Let's kick it into today's story. So I think it's important that we start from a solid foundation and you guys kind of understand the timeline between me and Austin's first date and when he really asked me to be his girlfriend. So in 2021 was when we had our first date in November. He did not officially ask me until April of 2023. So there was a huge gap in between the two events that I really want you guys to understand. And honestly, it wasn't because we were hesitant or scared of anything anymore. It was mostly because, you know, we had never been in a relationship before that serious, either of us. So there's so much growing and grace that needs to be given and so much self-improvement that we really wanted to just take things slow, make sure that we weren't jumping the gun on anything. And really, if I'm being vulnerable with you guys, the biggest reason why we did not jump into this sooner was because last year, 2022, was genuinely the hardest year of my entire life. For those of you guys that followed my journey last year or followed my family, you know that it was not only a hard year for me, but it was a hard year for all of us. In July of last year, I ended up getting COVID for the third time. The first 2 times didn't really affect me. The third time completely knocked me out. My immune system had withered away to basically nothing and opened me to be susceptible to a lot of different sicknesses. And it was month after month of just being sick and being in the hospital. Every week I had to get my blood drawn. There were things with my immunity that were wrong, my lungs. At one point, I couldn't even walk without an oxygen tank, and I had to sleep with an oxygen tank every single night because my oxygen was so low. And then just when I thought it was bad and I had reached my lowest, my grandpa on Father's Day actually ended up falling and became paralyzed before my eyes. That was a nightmare. It felt like my entire world was falling apart. How in the world was I gonna do what God called me to do when I couldn't even get out of bed? I didn't even recognize myself anymore. And I tried to hold it together through my YouTube videos, but a lot of you guys still saw it. I had to lay down a lot of the things in my life that I really loved a lot because I wasn't strong enough to do it. And then, you know, all of this burden from my grandpa too, and having that trauma of what I saw and just the thought of him being in that hospital room, not being able to move, it was just such torment 24/7. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because being on the opposite side of it now, I can tell you guys that God is so faithful, y'all, that he can take the darkest moment of your life and turn it around for your good. God healed me completely. I am stronger than ever. And my grandpa, who was told he was never gonna walk again, barely even knew how he was gonna survive, had to have a whole 9-hour spinal surgery, is literally walking, swimming 50 laps a day. And our worship collective, JWLKRS Worship, through that whole hard time, created a song called Silence, about how even when it feels like God is silent in your life and like he's not there, how he is working all things together for your good, and how you're declaring you're gonna believe even when you can't see it, that God is who he says he is and he has your best interest in mind. And we actually just got a call a couple days ago that that song that was birthed out of one of the hardest seasons of our life, because we remained faithful and did not lose hope, is #1 in the biggest Christian radio station in America. It doesn't matter what hard season you're in, God will be faithful. Man, God used Austin in such a mighty way in my life. In that hard time when I was sick in bed and I didn't even recognize myself, he came in my room, laid next to me every single day, rubbed my back, rubbed my feet, got me soup, got me medicine, took me to the ER, took me to get my blood drawn, did everything that I could possibly need out of his love for me. And it was in that moment that I was like, you know what? I genuinely love this guy. This is real love right here. And I want to encourage you guys, if I learned anything through that hard season that I went through last year, it is just how important it is to have people in your life that when you don't remember who you are, when you don't feel good enough, when you're dealing with anxiety and depression, they're there to lift you up, to remind you of the good in the world, to give you a new perspective of what's going on, and to give you hope and love on you and be there to listen to you. And I'm so blessed and I'm so thankful because I have an incredible family and friends that I value, that value me, and honestly that I trust, because trust is so important. But I realize that so many people and so many of you guys might not have that in your life. And if that's you, I am so excited to tell you guys about the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. BetterHelp's entire mission is to make therapy affordable and accessible, and this is super important because therapy can be really hard to find, especially when you're limited to the therapist in your area. And it makes it super easy to find a therapist because it's online, it's remote, you fill out a couple questions, and within a few days they connect you with a professional therapist. It's super easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. I have a link in my description for you guys. It's betterhelp.com/AliShanaki. Clicking that link not only helps this channel, but it also helps you get 10% off of your first month at BetterHelp, so you can get connected with a therapist and just see if you like it. You never know unless you try. The biggest reason though why I recommend BetterHelp to you guys is because therapy is not a one therapist fits all. It is so important that when you are going into therapy and you're opening yourself up, being vulnerable, sharing those intimate things about your life, and then asking for advice from them, that you're trusting them, that you have the same foundation as them, the same morals and beliefs, especially me with my faith. My faith is the foundation of all that I do. And what I love about BetterHelp is they have faith-based therapists accessible for you, which is crucial to me. Also, let's say you meet a therapist and you don't really vibe with them that much, that's totally fine. For no extra cost or anything with your insurance or having to deal with any of that, they will literally switch you over to a new therapist, which is totally normal, so don't feel embarrassed about it. So if you guys are struggling or you just need somebody to listen to you, be there for you, encourage you, honestly, like I did last year, I would really encourage you guys to use online therapy with BetterHelp. You can click the link in my description, or you can go to betterhelp.com/AliShanaki. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for supporting this channel. Now we're here. It is April 22nd, 2023. I remember that morning, Austin telling me that he was gonna come wake me up super early, which I am not a morning girl at all. And he came in my room around 4 a.m., woke me up, told me to grab all my beach stuff. I had packed the night before because he had told me I needed enough clothes for an entire day because it was gonna be a whole day out. And actually, a couple months earlier, we were in Hawaii. There was kind of talk going on about Austin maybe asking me when we were in Hawaii to be his girlfriend. So I thought on Valentine's Day he might ask me, but he didn't. And so I was like, okay, if it didn't happen here, I know that it's gonna happen at some point. So I was kind of always on my guard for it, just waiting for it, because you can feel it. Like, you know when it's time.
Guys, so it is really, really hot outside right now.
It is 116 degrees in Florida right now.
Wait, is it actually?
No, it literally is. It's supposed to be one of the hottest days, like, ever, according to me.
Okay, yeah, this might not be the best day to do this.
No, we honestly picked the worst day to reenact this.
We should get noodles.
Okay, this color, what color are you wearing? Blue?
Blue.
This way, sir. Okay guys, so the reason why we're at the store right now is because on our actual day that Austin asked me to be his girlfriend, he had an entire thing of charcuterie set up for us. And so we are grabbing it so that this is the most accurate possible. I literally got none of this the day of because Austin drank the entire thing. Best olives ever.
Take my one thing. No, I'm trying to help. Just take my one thing. Come on.
card?
Dude. We're currently in that part of the relationship where she literally stares at me and just says, card?
So I remember me and Austin getting in the car and we were driving to the beach and I completely knocked out. I would love to say that I was the type of girl that was awake with him. Oh yeah, you're awake, I'm awake. And I was talking to him the whole time, but I was not. But honestly, I feel like the vision in his head, that's kind of what he wanted anyways. Being the man that drives while the girls all cuddle on your arm. At least that's what I tell myself. And so the whole entire time at the beach, I was completely asleep. And I remember waking up to Austin saying this to me.
Okay, I'm gonna go set something up for you and I'll be right back, so don't go anywhere.
And in that moment, something clicked in my head. I had remembered that back in 2017, Austin had shared with me his dream date. He told me, okay, my dream date is to wake a girl up in the morning, drive her to the beach as she sleeps, go to a mom and pop's diner, then go pitch a tent and snuggle and watch the sunrise together. But that's not it. Then he wanted to go from that beach to the beach on the opposite side of Florida to see the sun set together. And I don't know why this stuck with me. All I know is I remember being in my head and thinking, wait a second, is he doing that right now? Because why are we at the beach at 4 a.m. right now? And then as Austin came and he got me from the car.
All right, close your eyes. Close them, close them, close them.
You better guide me good. I can't open?
Nope, not yet, not yet.
I remember the feelings of like anxiousness. Like I was kind of excited. I wanted to see if my theory was right. Like, is he planning his dream date that he's waited his whole life to take a girl on for me? And as we began to walk on the dock and approach the beach, I saw the tent and I was so excited. I was right. This dream date that he had told me about years ago was finally coming true and it had full circled back to me. Y'all, it was so beautiful going into that tent. We had so much fun just eating together, and I remember as we were eating thinking to myself, is he gonna ask me to be his girlfriend? And I was kind of on guard because man, this was like an extravagant thing that he had set up. There was my favorite music playing. I had always said I wanted to paint on the beach. This was the dream he had told me about. There's no way this isn't something special. And then I remember the moment that he asked me if I was ready to start painting. And he had come up with this idea that we should paint and do a competition. And so basically what that looked like was I was gonna face one side and he was gonna face the other side and the loser was gonna have to pay for dinner. And so of course he knew that I'm like competitive as all get out. And so I was here for it. I suspected nothing. I was so into my drawing that I was not looking around or nothing. Every once in a while, I saw his eyes look up at me like this, like, oh girl, I'm gonna beat you. And then it comes to the part where it's time for us to reveal our huge paintings to each other. And it took a long time. And so we counted down to 3. And before we said 3, Austin set up his camera. And I was like, oh no. And this is how that went.
When I got here, I wasn't 100% sure how I was gonna tie in us painting, charcuterie, and me asking her, because I didn't want to just go, yo, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend? I wanted it to be like my personality is very extra. Like it has to be in some random way that it's just not normal.
It has to be a puzzle.
It has to be some kind of puzzle. And last minute, I was like, painting competition, right? Because I knew she was very competitive.
I'm very competitive.
Really competitive, and that she would totally bite the bait and be like, all right, bet, let's do it. Let's see who has the best one, right? And so I remember sitting and crouching on the far end of the tent because I didn't want her seeing what I was painting, and I drawed out, will you be my girlfriend, to paint over. I was literally shaking when I was writing it down. If you looked over at me, I was hot, sweaty, and I was like writing these words because I wanted it to be perfect, and I messed up so many times that I had to start over with. But when it got down to it, I'm pretty sure I stalled for like 5 minutes before I showed you. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember.
I was like, no, let's wait to show each other. Are you ready? Are you ready? I think I asked you like, are you ready, like 4 or 5 times. It was bad.
Well, I think I kind of knew where you were going with it when you put up your phone.
I know.
At the count of 3, he finally counted down again. He flipped it, and I remember looking at his, and I had the weirdest reaction ever. I freaked out, man. Austin like had put his phone up to record him asking me for our families. I feel like sometimes when I'm being recorded, like I can't fully just like not worry about it. So when he put up the phone, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so awkward. Austin's family is gonna see this, and like if I don't reply right, what am I gonna do? So I was so stressed out and nervous for how I was gonna respond because the camera was on me. And I literally think when Austin asked me, I was like, wow, wow.
No, I don't know.
And then after like 30 awkward seconds, I was like, Austin, turn off the camera.
She's like, turn off the camera.
It was so hilarious and so on brand for us. Oh my gosh. I feel like everything in me and Austin's story is so perfectly messy. Like everything goes wrong in the best ways possible, if that makes sense. From there, we packed up all of our stuff and we flew over to the other side of Florida to see the sunset. It was absolutely beautiful. One of the funniest parts of the day was I'm a kid at heart, y'all. I am so flipping awkward. I don't know where it comes from inside of me. It's like I don't view myself as an adult sometimes. And the thought of calling Austin my boyfriend felt so weird. Not because I didn't want him to be my boyfriend. I was so excited. I'd been waiting for this. But because I felt weird having a boyfriend because I'd never had one before. And hearing those words come out of my mouth just felt weird and uncomfortable. And so Austin found out about that because every single time he called me his girlfriend, I'd start to giggle or I'd feel weird. And so he literally messed around with me the entire day. This place is kind of janky looking, but it's at the beach, so I feel like it's okay. This was our first location we went in public officially.
Yeah, it's our first public entrance. Oh, door is broken.
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta open this. For you as my girlfriend.
Oh my gosh, Austin, do you remember last time we were here we did this?
I do remember, guys. This was one of the craziest. We have to play that clip.
Oh my gosh.
We have to play that clip.
We have to play that clip.
This was one of the craziest scenarios.
Guys, me and Austin both signed up the day that we started dating for this Bahamas for 2. I don't know what we were thinking because we couldn't go by ourselves. We won. We literally won. Play the clip. Austin, you're literally gonna pass out.
What? I'm already gonna
You're
pass out.
never gonna believe this. You're
What?
never gonna believe
What?
this. A month ago on this day,
Okay.
me and Austin went to the beach.
Austin and I.
We went to a boba shop.
Yeah.
Okay?
Shut up.
And I
Shut up. Shut up. Are you serious? Are you serious? You're joking. You're joking. Are you serious? You're not. You're joking. We won? We won? Let's go!
I can't believe
I'm
it.
not been that excited about something in a long time.
No, I literally cannot believe it. Oh, dang it.
What?
It says. Dang minute.
What? Okay, are you looking through my text messages? They 100% knew us. 1000%. They 1000%.
Oh my gosh,
They 1000% knew it.
Oh
I
my
knew
gosh.
it. I
Oh my
knew
gosh.
it.
Oh my gosh.
I knew it.
Guys, Austin
I
won too. I'm so upset. Guys, she literally just admitted to us that everyone wins the Bahamas trip. I'm so disappointed. When we got that text message, I was like, holy crap, we won the lottery.
Me and my friends did it. They also work here,
Yeah.
and we all got it on the same day in the same exact text. It's hilarious.
Oh, this looks so good. That is going to be written as one of my favorite days in the books forever. And finally, I will say that night at dinner, I did say my boyfriend, and it was weird and awkward, and we both laughed our butts off. But honestly, that's just us. That's who we are. We're weird, we're awkward, and I would not change one bit of it. We just wanted to say thank you so much to all of you guys that have been following our journey since the very beginning, being so patient, being so loving, so supportive of the way that we have really just decided to protect this and what we felt was right. And I believe that we did it the right way, even if it didn't make sense to people. And I'm so excited to just take the next step on this journey that God has, because the truth is none of us know the end of the story. It says in the Bible that man plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. And all I know is that right now we're walking in what God's called us to do, and that is the best place we can be. So I'm thankful you guys are along for the journey. Make sure you guys like and subscribe so you do not miss out on any of the fun that we have coming up in this next chapter that is so unknown, but is so exciting.
We love you guys.
Well guys, that is the end of today's video. I will say to y'all, wait till you hear the story of when I told my family. Y'all are just gonna need to subscribe and make sure that you do not miss it, because it was a hilarious moment. I did again want to encourage you guys that if you guys are needing someone in your life like I was back in 2022, to be there for you, to listen to you, to support you, to help you view life differently and from a foundation of faith. Connect with BetterHelp. Join the online therapy. Try it out. Click the link in my description. You'll get 10% off your first month and just see if you like it. Also, the last thing, I want to invite you guys to JWLKRS Conference. If you guys don't know about JWLKRS Conference, it is coming up this September 29th and 30th here in Orlando, Florida, my hometown. It is going to be so flipping fun. We have Robert Madu coming, Jenny Allen coming, Maverick City Music is going to be there the entire conference. I'm stepping out in faith and speaking for the first time ever like that. And most importantly, God is going to move. I truly believe the Lord told me that in this season, whatever you come to God hoping for, praying for, that He is not only going to speak to you and meet you about that, but that in other areas of your life that you don't even know you need Him to work in, to fill you in, to move in, that He is going to overflow into those areas as well. That is a room that if you have the chance, you do not want to miss out being in. I want y'all to be there. Come meet me. Let's shake hands. Let's give hugs. Let's be friends. But if you cannot come because of finances, me and Austin literally put our heads together and brainstormed, did not want this to be a reason why you could not come. And so we have a solution. If you follow me and Austin both on Instagram, you are entering to win a trip for you and a +1 to come to Orlando for free. That's right, for free. Plane tickets, a hotel, and conference tickets paid for. And all you have to do is follow me and Austin on Instagram. Let us know you want to come. And my last thing is, if you guys have not seen it already, every other Wednesday, I'm putting out a podcast here on YouTube and on all the other podcast platforms. My podcast is called Keep It Real with Ali Shanaki. It has been an absolute blast doing it. I had Austin on the first one, Carol on the second, and my brother Noah was on the last one. We talked about integrity, what it means to live a life that not only people admire, but that God can have His hand of favor upon. When I tell y'all, this conversation will not only challenge you, but inspire and encourage you just like it did me. Y'all need to give it a listen if you guys have not. Noah's incredible. God moved. And I can't wait to see all that's in store for the Keep It Real podcast, because it has truly changed my life and so many others already. But with that being said, I had so much fun hanging out with y'all today. I believe God has great plans for your life, that you were chosen by Him, and I cannot wait to get to know you more. I'll see y'all next week.